The other day I lay in bed on my back like a big, chubby, adorable Snorlax. I tried putting YouTube on my television to relax and watch an Alpha Sniper video about how bad Call of Duty is. Seriously? This guy has been like this for 6 years. Someone send him help, because I think he's already gone crazy. I almost pressed the YouTube button on the television remote by mistake while playing Clash Royale with my other hand. Dopamine issues. I pressed one of those damn random buttons that come on today's smart television remotes, but that nobody or almost nobody actually uses. For me, it was this one, the TLC channel. I have no idea what that is. The thing is, in that satanic place, I can't even describe it. I couldn't tell if it was a streaming platform, some kind of television, or something else. But being there scared me more than watching the movie we're going to talk about today, which is supposed to be a horror film. It was like being on the deep web. The thing is, while a deck with Lava Hound and Balloon was kicking my ass, I tried to move as fast as Wally West to change that damn app, when suddenly something really caught my attention. There were a few movies to watch, including one called JeruZalem, spelled with a Z. It's clearly an attempt to mimic World War Z and attract unsuspecting viewers. The thing is, my male stupidity impulse didn't let me skip the movie, so I decided to watch it. And oh my god, this thing is one of the cheesiest and most ridiculous things I've seen in my miserable life. I don't want you to fall for this trick, so today I'll tell you about JeruZalem, a zombie apocalypse. I mean, demonic. Okay, first, let me talk to you for a few seconds about this movie before getting into its plot. First, this movie isn't new. It's 10 years old. It came out in 2015, and of course, its premise caught my attention. Since JeruZalem is an extremely sacred city, it's a holy land. Even as a believer, biblical horror is probably one of my favorites. Far better than cosmic horror. It's always like, dude, a dimensional monster you can't understand is going to eat your dick, but you don't get why. Man, that's cosmic, sidereal. But in the biblical version, when done right, it can truly make you uncomfortable. We usually link the Bible and religious stories with goodness, beauty, and protection. But when this gets corrupted, it really only leads to two options. This is either the most terrifying and uncomfortable story you'll witness, or the most edgy, unbearable nonsense you'll ever see. And guess which one is the case today? This movie was made with a budget of $160,000. To give you some context about how little that is, the first Ben 10 live-action movie, which was, well, pretty bad. It's considered to have had a tiny budget, which was $5 million. Imagine what a $160,000 budget is like. It's hardly enough to pay the cast. That's not an excuse either, since nothing can justify this abomination. It's ridiculous, ugly, and stupid, since even its concept makes no sense. Anyway, let's get to it. By the way, the plot summary will be from memory. Sorry, I refuse to watch this movie twice. I'd rather read Chainsaw Man Part 2 and Boruto 47 times in a row without a break. Let's get on with this. It starts fine, showing a home recording of an exorcism. Well, supposedly an exorcism. Because even though some of the greatest representatives of each religion have gathered in JeruZalem, it doesn't help at all. The woman, who seems to be possessed, doesn't show any improvement or react to the crap the priests and other religious figures are trying to do. Seeing that the exorcism isn't working, they decide to go with Plan B, a new kind of unorthodox and innovative exorcism. That is, to shoot the woman right in the head. Yes, a priest grabs some kind of strange little gun. For some reason, they think that just because it looks like that, like with gold and a church-like aesthetic, we won't notice it's a damn firearm. The woman's husband and her son were there, and the boy saw with his own eyes how the priest gave his mom such a headshot while she was turning into a demon with her ugly wings. All in computer-generated imagery, that's where the movie ends. That's when we meet Sarah, our protagonist, who has a pair of augmented reality glasses borrowed from her father. And here's where the first detail of the movie comes in. It's not filmed like a regular movie, but instead, they wanted to give it a homemade recording vibe. These glasses have a camera, so we'll view the entire movie from our protagonist's first-person perspective. The image quality isn't that great. I guess they used whatever they had to film. Choosing to use a found footage style, like discovered footage, like when someone finds lost recordings that turn out to be disturbing footage, etc., etc. Here it doesn't make much sense, because in this case, it's not just that nobody finds this recording, and so this style of filming doesn't make sense. Also, at the end of the movie, the biblical apocalypse is supposed to occur or something similar. Therefore, nobody found it, and nobody will ever find it. So it seems this decision was mainly to cut costs or something similar. We'll see that our protagonist is playing an augmented reality game, where you can kill some zombies that appear in her living room. This foreshadows what's about to happen to her, following a series of mostly unimportant events and dialogues. And the truth is, they really aren't important. Sarah decides to go on vacation with her best friend, Rachel, to Tel Aviv, the capital of Israel, to do some sightseeing, so they head over there. On the way, they meet a guy, Kevin, and they're all showing a survival instinct more non-existent than you'll ever see in your damn life. Throughout the movie, these two idiots show less survival instinct than a hamster. They choose to follow the man to Jerusalem instead of Tel Aviv, and the girls agree to go with him. Luckily, Kevin is actually a good guy, because honestly, there was a really high chance he wouldn't be. That he could have been a freaking lunatic who, I don't know, might have wanted to do something bad to these two naive girls. But anyway, the point is they arrive in Jerusalem, and there they do a bit of sightseeing, until they run into the town's crazy guy. Someone claims to be King David and warns something bad will happen in Jerusalem. But I've seen this before in real life, like 20 times. They arrive at a sort of hotel that looks a bit shady, and there they meet Omar, a friendly Arab man. He looks like he makes memeable Indian-style TikToks. Omar also acts pretty suspicious. But again, our two airheads don't care. Like with the creepypastas, they ignore everything and both take their room. Again, these clowns are lucky Omar is a good guy, but it all happens by chance. Because two American girls, about 25 years old, completely alone and unprotected in a Middle Eastern country, let's just say that the apocalypse is almost the least dangerous thing that could happen to them. And I'm not joking. As if these two fools weren't satisfied, going alone to a Middle Eastern country and trusting two random guys they met there, they also choose to attend parties with these gentlemen, and once again, nothing happens to them. At the party, we find out several things. The first is that Rachel has a boyfriend, but she still wants to polish Omar's kebab stick. Second, the protagonist's brother passed away some time ago. Kevin and the protagonist have sex frequently. Late at night, Sarah wakes and sees Kevin in a chair, staring blankly. Like a total edgy 15-year-old, Sarah asks him what the hell is wrong with him. Kevin, panicking, shows her the lousy Exorcism from the movie's intro. For some reason, Kevin is super scared and shocked. Like, it reminds me of myself at 12 years old when I first saw Squidward's suicide. I mean, this reaction is totally over the top. I understand that if you're sensitive and don't go, the video might scare you, but Kevin seems like he's about to be traumatized. What do I know, Sarah? She doesn't care because she thinks the video is fake. Who can blame her with that bad computer-generated imagery? Let's see who takes it seriously. The next day, a couple of important things happen. The first is that the group visits King Solomon's mines. Kevin is now unbearable, extremely paranoid and afraid, as if he knows something others don't. The thing is, he doesn't. Kevin has no idea what's going on. He has no idea that something bad is happening. Actually, he has no reason to be like that. He just seems totally traumatized by the video, that lame one he watched at night. So, he has a silly freak out. He says he's going to check the city archives or something like that, really lame and stupid. The two friends head to the Wailing Wall, a place where you can leave a little piece of paper with something written on it. A deep wish or something like that. I don't know why it's done, but the thing is, it is done. Sarah, the protagonist, wishes for her dead brother to return, which is quite sweet. And watch out, because this will be very important later on. Later on, the two girls are in their super chill room, debating whether they should stay longer in Jerusalem or leave already. Then Kevin enters the room, clearly out of it, and urgently tells the girls to leave without any explanation. We assume Kevin has discovered something, but the damn cosmic idiot never once thinks to say what it is. And it's not just that he doesn't say it now, it's that he never says it at any point in the whole movie. It makes me want to kill this idiot. Then Omar arrives, puts on his charming face, and tells them to take Kevin to the apartments. But it's not a hospital. They actually put him in a filthy cell that looks like a prison. For crazy people, it's a psychiatric hospital, like one from a century ago. Really horrific. Sarah heads to the terrace to clear her head. And finally, after more than half the movie, finally something happens. Yeah, what I just told you, that crap, that's the first half of the movie. Two military jets appear and bomb the city. Just like that, and seriously, it's just like that, because there's still absolutely nothing dangerous to worry about. Sarah grabs Rachel, they meet Omar, her father, and they barricade themselves in the yard. Two city soldiers appear, unable to contact headquarters. Everyone quickly arms themselves and leaves. They are under a brutal siege and bombardment. Even though for now, nothing major has happened yet, but still bombardment. Everyone rushes to safety, but Sarah insists on saving Kevin. In this movie, despite knowing each other for just 3 days, they're already willing to risk their lives for one another. The soldiers tell her there's no way they're going into that damn prison/psychiatric hospital to look for anyone, and that they need to get to safety. Sarah throws a tantrum. She's brave enough to want to save Kevin, but won't do it alone. The soldiers say they'll help, but only briefly before leaving. Heads up, the soldier never lies or deceives her, and he's willing to risk his life to save the girl and her friend. So they're not that bad, right? Sarah and the two soldiers go inside, and it makes me laugh because nobody cares about these crazy people. They're just going to let them die miserably. Sarah looks for Kevin, but after encountering a demon, her glasses start playing music. Just to make these scenes worse, the soldiers say they've already tried and have to leave, which seems logical to me. And Sarah, instead of keeping her word, gets angry with them. And not only does she get angry, but she also demands things from them and wishes them the worst. Along with a bunch of insults, that big idiot. It's a lot that these two even went in there to help your little boyfriend. After only 3 days together, why are you paying or demanding anything from them? Do you think you're special? Ridiculous. The girl goes alone and finds Kevin locked up. But to open it, they need the key. In true video game style, and this section really feels like a literal indie video game section. Sarah looks for the key, but when she finds it, it seems like she triggers a script, and a demon starts stalking her. She hides, and that's where she is. Back again with David, the chubby guy, the one who was the town's crazy person. The guy asks him to be quiet, but then he starts talking nonstop. Then Sarah discovers that he is the boy from the video, the one from the Exorcism. Bam, irrelevant plot twist. But then the demon grabs David, seemingly eats him, and leaves. Sarah goes out and frees Kevin, who goes out to look for the exit, and then, while Kevin and Sarah are escaping, David shows up again completely unharmed. I mean, the demon not only let him go, but didn't do anything to him. I mean, what? I think this is the dumbest thing in the movie, and that's really saying something. So much demon, but literally it didn't do anything to him. Was it a pacifist demon, or what the hell? Here you see a kind of giant being, very massive, a kaiju walking through the city. And David tells us that it's a Nephilim. The Nephilim are the result of carnal relations between angels and human women. They appear in apocryphal Bible texts and are considered more essential than most demons. It is said they were giants. While their size is debated, some believe they may have been as large as a kaiju. They don't explain it, but it doesn't matter. Who cares? The beast looks like PlayStation 2 graphics, but who am I to judge? I guess he was the weird Nephilim. The thing is, they reunite with their group, but a group of soldiers is guarding the exit, preventing anyone from leaving. That fucking idiot David tries to act tough with the soldiers and starts shooting with a damn slingshot like Barson, so... The thing is, the soldiers, in a proportional response, they fill his head with lead. Absolutely spectacular. This guy survived a demon attack unharmed, but died trying to show off to a soldier. This character is spectacular. The main characters seek escape, ending up in a church where they argue like apes. A demon attacks them through a gate and bites Rachel, infecting her. Wait, how did that happen? What do you mean infect? Wait, aren't we supposed to be watching a demon movie, not a zombie one? And it turns out that in this world, demons act like zombies. If they bite you, they infect you with the D virus for demons and you turn into a demon, like a zombie. Does this make any damn sense considering that demons are simians, supernatural beings, and have little to do with infections? Absolutely not. But who cares at this point? They're half zombies, half demons. What do I know? They plan to escape through King Solomon's mines. Since even though this is a labyrinth, Omar's father used to be involved in trafficking trafficable things. He knows a way out of the city without being seen. Everyone agrees. Rachel keeps getting worse over time and they are attacked by a demon. Due to the movie's budget, despite there supposedly being thousands of demons out there, the demons show up to the main characters one by one, so as not to overload the central processing unit, I guess. Our little tin soldier decides to make his smartest move in the movie. I mean, turning his back on the enemy and dying miserably like a complete loser. The main characters flee into King Solomon's mines. Honestly, this part is confusing and chaotic in the dark. The whole thing about filming in first person with a bad camera, the identical setting and excessive, unnecessary cuts make it impossible to understand. It's a mess. Omar delivers the movie's most pretentious and cringeworthy line. Whatever's happening out there, I hope the good guys are winning. What a stupid line. Are you a character from a shonen anime? Suddenly, the old stuck-up guy gets lost and has trouble finding his way. Meanwhile, Rachel goes crazy in her demonization and attacks them, splitting up the group and luring them away. It turns out all the demons not in the city went to the mine, which is completely empty. Of course, that makes a lot of sense. Rachel makes a huge mess, but when it's time to kill her friend, she grabs a weapon and blows her brains out, showing that these filthy demons always had a conscience. This is even more ridiculous, which seemed impossible since it was already tough. Sarah panics and, with a sword she found, starts swinging at the air. Basically, that's how it ends. Of all the demons wandering around, none of them get close to her. Are they afraid of a 25-year-old girl with a decorative sword? Although it's not just decorative, because who does get close? It's Omar's father, the only one who knows the way out and the one she must avoid. Nothing can happen to him. It's very important that he doesn't die. But Sarah unintentionally slits his throat. In another absurdly stupid scene, Omar sees that Sarah has killed his father and doesn't even ask her for an explanation. He also grabs a gun and blows his own head off. What a damn bunch of brainless troglodytes, for God's sake. What is this? Who wrote these characters? So, Sarah and Kevin are left alone, and then a demon appears. Instead of attacking them, it helps them, starts guiding and protecting them. That's when Sarah realizes that her wish at the Wailing Wall has come true. It's her brother who's helping them find the way out, which implies some very disturbing and strange things. Why is her brother a demon? Was he a bad person in real life or something? Second, this further reinforces that these guys with wings are conscious. So they're just mutated people who can actually do whatever they want. I didn't understand anything about these creatures. Sarah and Kevin find the exit, and when everything seems to be going well, while Kevin opens it, we see that Sarah is infected. And God knows who bit her. That's when they come out. But Sarah transforms, and Kevin tries to help her instead of running, or something like that. He just stands there staring at her, as if waiting for Sarah to tie her shoelaces. Sarah, who changed in minutes while her friend took much longer, rises into the air with her wings. I think so, since it's shown from a first-person view and we see demons have taken over the city in the background. So no, Omar, the good guys weren't winning. Ending the movie this way suggests the apocalypse has started and can't be stopped. Which I don't know, because the demons turned out not to be such a big deal, besides the fact that many of them are reasonable. What do I know about these things anyway? It's the same in zombie movies, so it doesn't matter. That's how the movie ends. A movie that, despite having such a low budget, couldn't even recover it. Sources say it barely made $107,000, making it a major failure and embarrassment for cinema. Honestly, I hope at least you all had a good time, because I definitely didn't. Share your thoughts on JeruZalem with a Z in the comments, and I'll see you in the next videos. Bye.